Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. This is a general reading for August 2017. I've already shuffled the cards, laid them, and read them. The whole spread didn't fit on the table, so I'm going to have to hold this one, which figures, based on this reading. Let's just get right into it, as usual. Or not. This really, I guess, I hate to tell you, is not probably going to come as a surprise to you, because it's very, very much the same sort of, in the same sort of vein as what you've been dealing with, I guess, which is a very, very interactive, extroverted, and goal-oriented energy, right? And a sort of, what I am seeing with this, which I wasn't really seeing before, is this this feeling of sort of nervousness, I want to say, that you maybe can't keep up, right? Like you've been on this train for a little bit. You've been really hitting it hard and putting a lot of work in, putting a lot of energy into what you've been doing and being very active, right, and proactive, and there's almost this feeling of like, how long can this last, really, right? Especially if you're someone who has some any kind of anxiety or social anxiety or issues with interacting a lot, right? Being a little too active, not having enough time to yourself, that kind of thing. But at the top of the spread, there's definitely this knowledge of your reasoning, right? You can see the connections. It's easy to see for you why you're doing this, and what good's going to come out of it, right? All that kind of thing. It's just you're on that same track that you've been on, kind of. It's very much a continuation, same situation, same project, or same sort of focus, right? Is a continuation of that sort of focus, but it's getting to a point where it's kind of like, like how far, like I said, really can this go? Not in the sense of it's not going to go any farther, but in more of a psychological sense, a little bit more of a worry on your part, or a sense of like of holding on, of really, you're really trying to hold on, you're really trying at this point, I guess, and you've come so far, you're in such a way at this point that it's not so much anymore about figuring out the process as it is about continuing it and keeping keeping your momentum and keeping your energy up throughout this month, even though you're sort of, or you feel the necessity to keep your energy up, right? Even though you may be kind of questioning how much longer you can do that, and it may be making you a little bit like, a little bit nervous, yeah, and a little bit antisocial or lazy in a way when it comes to some things, if that makes any sense. Maybe not lazy, but apathetic about certain things because you're busy. There's a lot going on. That's what I'm kind of seeing. Yep, I'm just sighing, just thinking about it. So I'm gonna clean these up. I'll put some more cards down and come back with some advice about this, and I'll be right back. All right, Pisces, I'm losing my light, but I'm back with your advice spread. It's oh God, why I feel exhausted. Okay. It's telling me, first of all, that you can, ooh, a birdie, cute. That was a big bird. You can trust in your stamina, right? You've been exhibiting a lot of stamina thus far, and that's going to kind of be a sort of a constant for you still through August. So that's something that you can kind of hold on to. Is this idea that it doesn't have to get you don't have to get exhausted, right? Because you do have a lot of stamina, like I said, stamina for what you're doing at least. So try not to worry about that too much. Try not to worry about getting burned out too much. Obviously, don't overwork yourself, but realize that if you are placing your focus in the area that you want it, that you can have a lot of energy still for that. And then the other thing, then this is a little bit more overwhelmingly what this is telling me, which is kind of what to do with your emotions, right? What to do with the things that come up from within you that are and without, but the things that come up that are may sort of get in the way of your goals and your processes and whatever. Sort of what to do with those, and that's kind of to use them as that thing is ridiculous. To use them as a tool, right? To affect your environment. Use them as a tool and as a guide, I guess, to kind of show you where you want to be going, but don't let them sort of define where you go, if that makes any sense. So don't be so much led by your emotions and the emotions and input of others, so much as harnessing those. This is a little vague. I'll see if I can get a little bit more specific. As much as harnessing those for, to affect change or to continue with this sort of like power moment, I guess, that you're having. Yeah, let's see. Let me see how I can get a little bit more specific with that. Yeah, you're gonna want to take your emotions basically and be creative, right? Be creative with your solutions. Be creative with your time. Be creative with your intuition. Use your intuition. Use your insight and all that, because you're going to need all that, right? And that's sort of a way that you can channel any sort of like emotional icky feelings, and even doing things like if you can, either taking time aside, or involving that type of creative expression in what you're doing, right? Make sure that you are expressing yourself creatively in some way, to sort of, so that you can sort of get that out as an outlet. And if you can include it or whatever in your sort of whatever you're doing right now, your project, your goals, your work or whatever you're doing, all the better, right? Because you're busy, like I said, emotionally busy, time-wise, just busy, a lot going on. So you want to kind of intermingle these things, but make sure that even if you can't, if you're doing something that doesn't have a lot of creativity to it, to make sure that you're getting that out somehow, and processing that somehow, and sort of processing your emotions in a creative way. So if that, if for you that's writing or journaling or something, anything like that, just try to do that a little bit. Don't completely neglect that, because that's going to help you. It's going to help you have stamina, like I said, and it's going to help you have a little bit of insight probably, and avoid getting really locked down, right? Really too attached to one thing, one idea, one sort of vision. You want to stay a little bit flexible. You want to stay, like I said, creative. and use your sort of your value system and the value system of those around you, and sort of this subjective side of things, right? Because I'm getting the feeling that what you're kind of dealing with in the overall is more of an objective thing. It's more of a you know, work oriented thing. It's putting in work. It's doing what you have to do, right? And you want to be sure to kind of infuse a sense of freedom into that, and of flexibility and responsiveness as well. Responsiveness to your needs and the needs of others, right? Less of an attachment and more of a little bit more of a looseness. I hope that makes sense. I kind of feel like I'm saying two things at once, sort of recap, I guess. Just harness that creativity, and if you can, harness it in a way that's going to be productive to your main sort of goal. But don't just completely ignore it, because that's when you're going to probably run into some problems with getting overwhelmed and that kind of thing, and feeling, if not overwhelmed, then just feeling like irritated or just annoyed or like upset or like, you know, exhausted, really, basically, because it's a lot that you're trying to do right now, and have been for a minute, right? And especially as it relates to other people, and trying to balance all these different aspects, you want to stay flexible with that. How many times can I say it? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you very much. I hope this was helpful. Goodbye.